Blessed to be back with him with another conversation talking all things KC on Hustle and Shyne in the morning. Mayor Quinton Lucas, 4 people were hurt after a shooting at a funeral this past Friday morning down north in Kansas City. Then another shooting killed one and injured another person in the shooting Saturday night in KC. Plus, nationally, there were mass shootings in Cincinnati and Austin, Texas. Mayor Lucas, I know you rub elbows and have conversations with your Republican colleagues about these acts of violence in this country. Now, since they don't ever want to enact any type of gun laws, I'm curious as to what solution do they have? Do they even care, or are they even concerned that this has been a national public safety concern for the last 30 plus years?
I don't think they have an answer. I think that what they would try to say is that it is the fault of families and all of that. But when I see particularly the variety of shootings, you have a school shooting and sometimes in America where you have somebody who lives in a home with 2 parents, who has all the supports, all of that. You have shootings outside of what you noted in Kansas City, may have folks who are different. The consistent thing about all of it, including our mass shootings, our violent incidents, our suicides, particularly not just in the city, but in rural America, is easy and ready access to firearms, particularly high capacity firearms. You've got a country where we can't even ban Glock switches right now. And for those who don't know, that's what allows you to modify your simple handgun and turn it into basically an Uzi on the streets. And so, no, they aren't talking sense. It makes us all less safe, particularly here in Missouri. Think about it. We, I believe, are the most dangerous state to be black, right? We have the highest black homicide rate in our country, and Kansas ain't a lot better. We face ourselves in a predicament where we deal with these issues again and again, and everybody says there's nothing you can do. So, yeah, I find it very frustrating. That's why I keep talking about it. People sometimes tell me it will never change. To hell with that. Right? You know what? If we can save some lives, if I'm just going to be pushing a boulder up a hill and a whole bunch of people join me, then maybe if we save 5, 10, 15, 20 Kansas Cityans over the next several years, we're in a better place. And I saw this number the other day. I actually went to juvenile court the other day, kind of getting an update, meet with the judges, all of that. We have had 1,400 homicides in our city in the last 10 years, 1,400, most of them by gun. That is unnecessary. That is a warlike number. And I think we need to care about making a difference, not just keeping it moving.
Mayor Lucas, on a lighter note, March Madness is underway, and I have to admit, I am a little bit biased when it comes to basketball. Now, I know later on today, you'll be delivering remarks at Big 12, the tournament preview at the T-Mobile Center. 2 questions for you. We also have a WNBA game that'll be happening in April against the Nigeria team. Is there any new developments on getting KC an NBA or WNBA team? And should we expect you to pop out with DJ Khaled for his upcoming pregame DJ set at KC Live?
Well, you know, I mean, a few things. Let me start on a basketball, and I'll just note this, that, we continue to push the growth of women's sports in our community. We're thinking we were fairly competitive on a bid for the WNBA. It didn't come through. That's all right. Doesn't mean we'll give up. The owners of the Kansas City Current were the ones working on that. I'm going to be pushing not just the men's Big 12 tournament, but of course the women's Big 12 tournament. It used to happen at Municipal Auditorium. But we've moved it to T-Mobile Center, make sure women are in just as good of facilities. The challenge is, of course, that spreads out the time. And so everybody make sure you take a chance to get down there, good ticket prices, exciting basketball, and y'all ain't going to see me DJing nothing. Ever since all that stuff, what was that, the fall or the summer, we dealt with NBA Youngboy, I ain't touching a thing. So, no, I'm just going to be watching, listening quietly, watching basketball.
I don't know. Hustle and Shyne, we got some DJ lessons for you, man. We got you, Mayor Lucas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Talking all things KC with our 50-50 elected mayor, Mayor Quinton Lucas. Now, you met with Deona Hustle, Executive Director of the Kansas City Housing Authority, to discuss the Housing Authority of Kansas City's plan to spend $1 billion in support of affordable housing development throughout the city. Could you take us through some of these details and how Kansas Cityans who are eligible can participate?
First of all, I hope all of you get a chance to meet Nona Eith, good sister, came to Kansas City from D.C., an expert in housing. And her plan is very simply this. We do more public-private partnership in housing. Instead of the classic model of the projects, right, you are actually trying to build, and we've done some of this on Paseo, on Independence Avenue, where you're building mixed income housing, where you're building more communities, where importantly, you're putting services, jobs, restaurants in those same buildings, making sure that what we don't do is just say, here are 1,000, 2,000 people. We ain't gonna give y'all services. We're going to wish you luck. Instead, I think it is a much better model for how we build communities long term. And so I'm proud to work with the Housing Authority. They will work in collaboration with our Housing Trust Fund, working to get people off the streets, working to get people in permanent housing, fundamentally building our community long term.
Thank you for your time on another Monday, Mayor Lucas. Have a good one and continue to be a blessing for Kansas City.
Thank you.
All right, y'all stay safe out here. Bye-bye now.